Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am back and today I am going to do a fitness Q&A. So I posted on my Instagram story and I said I'm going to be doing a fitness Q&A next, and I said ask away before tomorrow night. I left a little question box on my Instagram story. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into the video. Don't forget to hit that like button and as always hit that subscribe button. Let's get in. Missing someone. Okay, let's go to the first question. I think we kind of have a lot of questions. So Leslie asked how to reduce fat. So I made a TikTok about this and it kind of blew up, which is why a lot of people have been asking me questions about how to reduce stomach fat. Basically, the way to reduce fat is to be in a calorie deficit. Of course, ab exercises, lower body workouts, upper body workouts, those all burn calories, and cardio as well. However, in order to reduce fat, you just have to be in a calorie deficit, meaning the amount of calories you consume needs to be less than the amount of calories that your body burns. And so your body burns calories from things like cardio, weightlifting, your basal metabolic rate, which is basically just how much your body burns at rest. And so that obviously differs for everyone because everyone weighs different, everyone has a different amount of muscle mass. However, I have a website that I like to use. It's called tdeecalculator.net. I'll go ahead and put that right here. And from there, you could go ahead and input your information about your body, your height, your weight, your age, and if you know your body fat percentage, then that helps. But if you don't know, then that's totally fine. It just makes it more accurate. And from there, you'll get your maintenance calories based on your activity level. If you are planning on working out every day as well as walking and getting your steps in, then I'd really recommend putting around moderate because that's going to affect how many calories your body burns. And your maintenance calories are your calories that your body needs to just maintain your weight. And from there, you want to eat less than that number to create a calorie deficit. And so that's how you're going to reduce fat. Araceli asked me, what did you eat to lose weight? A lot of people always ask me, like, what did I eat specifically to lose weight? I think the biggest thing that made my fitness journey so doable and made it work this time was the fact that I realized that there's a difference between fad diets and then making this a lifestyle. A lot of people think you have to cut out certain foods in order to be fit or in order to lose weight, and that's honestly not true. People ask, did you eat donuts? Yes, I ate donuts. Did you eat cake? Yes, I ate cake. Did you eat brownies? Yes. Did you eat pizza? Yes, I ate all of the above. And so when I say that, obviously I didn't have pizza every single day. Obviously I didn't have cake every single day. I didn't drink every single day. But I did occasionally. In order to lose weight, you only have to be in a calorie deficit. And so that means the quantity of your food only matters, but only to some extent, right? Because the quality still matters as well. You still want to be getting in your micronutrients from vegetables. You still want to be making sure you're getting enough protein. And so what I like to follow when I was losing weight, or I still follow now just because this is like a lifestyle change, is the 80-20 approach. And so what that means is 80% of your diet or 80% of your intake for the day is made up of a whole bunch of whole foods, a whole bunch of nutritious foods. This is why over time it's been easier for me because I literally crave whole foods. They make me feel better. But again, I leave that 20% for the soul foods, like the treats. You know, sometimes I want ice cream, sometimes I want to go out with my friends and drink, and that's totally okay. And that's why I like to follow that 80-20% because if I allow myself to have whatever I want, like say I want chocolate and I'm like, no, you can't have it because you're trying to lose weight. In the end, it's going to lead me to binging. Let's say at the end of the month, I'm like, oh my God, I just want chocolate. Let me just have one piece. And then it's going to lead to like a whole bar. And then later on, maybe I'll eat like 5 more chocolate bars. I like to follow that 80-20 approach in order to reduce binging. And I did mainly eat a lot of lean proteins, carbs, and veggies, but I still ate junk food. Though I don't like to label food as healthy and unhealthy because to me it leads to like a really negative relationship with food. But I hope that makes sense. Viviana asked me, what was your motivation? First of all, motivation is what gets you started, but motivation is definitely unreliable. Motivation is not always there. It's not going to keep you going all the time. And so people always ask me, how do you stay motivated? Answer is, I don't. I am disciplined. It's more of a habit at this point. Though I do like how fitness and working out makes me feel, it is that I am disciplined, because we all have those days where we don't want to go to the gym or we don't want to work out. We're human beings. But I guess what got me motivated, well, I've been motivated for a long time. My senior year of high school, I was motivated like for days and then I'd stop. I was going to the gym like really inconsistently my senior year of high school. But then it came to my freshman year of college. I had a group of friends that all wanted to start going to the gym, basically. They all started going. This is the beginning of my spring quarter of college. So my last quarter at UCLA, my freshman year. They were all going every day, and I remember that I was sick, so I couldn't go. But this is like week 1. So by like week 3, they were still going at like 6 a.m. every morning. I was like, dang, 2 weeks in, they're still going every day. And I was like, you know what, let me just like get my ass up and go. So I got up every day at 6 a.m. and I started going. And I think for me, getting up and going early really helped me in the beginning of my journey, because I was the type of person where if I let it go past 2 p.m. or 3 p.m., I'd be done with school. I was so tired. I just had homework. I just wanted to lay down. I knew that I had to go in the morning. I didn't work out with them. We all kind of did our own thing. Having a friend or a buddy is really helpful at first, but just make sure not to rely on them too much, because sometimes your friend might fall out. So just don't like rely on other people too much. Just do it for you and yourself only. Someone asked me, I don't know their name, but they said, what was the hardest part throughout the whole process? The hardest part throughout the whole process was in the beginning when I was super focused on results. I felt super discouraged because, you know, I was going for like 3 weeks in a row, and this was the longest time I've ever been consistent with going to the gym, and I felt like I wasn't seeing progress. Like, I thought that like you could really go to the gym for 2 weeks or 3 weeks and like start seeing amazing progress, and in my head it was messing me up because I was like, what am I doing this for? I think when I started feeling like that, I started to think about my why. Like exactly what I just said, why am I doing this? I had to start to think beyond my appearance. What else am I doing this for? How does the gym make me feel? Does it make me feel better? Do I feel like a different person? Do I like doing this? Do I like the style of training that I'm doing? Does it make me feel good? After a month, when that started to be super hard, and I was like, dude, I feel like I'm not seeing much progress. What I did, I just stopped focusing on the results as much, and I just started focusing on like my improvement. When I first started going to the gym, I used to go to the corner and take like a 40-pound preloaded barbell and like 2 dumbbells, and I literally just stay in the corner because I was afraid, which is honestly okay. If you want to go work that corner, girl, go work that corner at the gym when they do open where you live. Eventually you will get over that. Hopefully be more confident in walking around the gym and doing more exercises, because everyone is just there to work on themselves. I think once I just started realizing that I actually like doing what I'm doing and started to do it to see improvement, like for example, when I could do like my first pull-up, even though that was like super far into my fitness journey, like just looking forward to things like that made me want to go to the gym more. I know results are what we all want, but I'm telling you, the moment you just switch over into just finding something that you like and try to get better at it, and I promise you, results will come. When you just focus on the results, it's gonna be very, very hard to keep going if you don't like what you're doing. So yeah. Talia asked me, can you please explain how one counts calories on food packages? Generally, when you get like a food item on the back, there should be nutrition information with the protein, the carbohydrates, and the fats. But like sometimes it may be in ounces. That's when I like to use like a food scale and just like weigh out my food. Stephanie asked me, what is my workout routine? What do I eat in a day? My workout routine is really different than it was 2 years ago. When I first started out, I was going to the gym maybe 3 times a week, because my body wasn't used to it. I couldn't go straight into going 6 times a week. I would be so sore, I would not be able to walk. I started doing 3 to 4 times a week. I did a little bit of full body workouts, a little bit of lower body workouts, a little bit of booty workouts, a little bit of arm workouts. As I progressively got stronger, as I researched a little bit, I started going 5 times a week, and now I go 6 times a week, or I work out 6 times a week because the gyms are closed. And now my workout split is way different than it was 2 years ago. So remember, what I'm doing does not need to be what you're doing. Do what you find challenging for yourself and your body. You don't want to like overdo it, because if you overdo it, you might injure yourself. You might be too sore to the point where you can't work out till next week. Make sure you feel challenged, but you don't need to be doing exactly what anyone else is doing. And I think that's such like a big thing that I don't really like about sometimes like the Instagram workouts and the TikTok workouts, is because a lot of people think that because they see someone that is fit they're like, okay, let me do that workout that they're doing because I want to look like that. There aren't really magic exercises. I think it's really about how much you feel your muscle working. If you go through some Instagram workout and you don't feel it at all, then your muscles aren't really working. Think about that mind to muscle connection. Think about the muscle you are working when you're doing your exercises. If you find like a YouTube workout and you do it and you feel challenged, but then you hear someone else is doing like a workout that's like 20 minutes longer, don't listen to that. You're doing what you find is challenging, and that's enough for you, because your body is going to be introduced to new things as you start this journey of working out. You can't do what everyone else is doing when you first start out. But to answer your question, I work out 6 times a week. I do 3 times lower body and 3 times upper body. Monday I do legs. I do heavy legs, as heavy as I can go in my garage. Tuesday I do heavy upper body. Wednesday I do medium lower body. Thursday I do medium upper body. Friday I take a break. Saturday I do light legs. Sunday I do light arms. Currently I am doing cardio 2 times a week. When I first started out, I think I was doing more cardio than I am now. Then I figured out you don't actually need to do that much cardio. Cardio is definitely an aid, so use that how you please. Oh, Stephanie also asked what I eat in a day. So I have a video posted, I have 2 videos posted on my TikTok of what I eat in a day. I also have one on my YouTube. But I generally say I eat like breakfast, lunch, dinner, and like 2 or 3 snacks. So breakfast, my go-to is like 2 pieces of toast with avocado and turkey bacon. And then I have my coffee, of course. I'll have like a pre-workout meal. So I'll have like a banana or something. Then I'll work out. Then I'll usually have a protein bar after. Then I'll eat lunch. Sometimes my lunch might be like a chicken patty. I don't know, I'll make it like a fancy chicken sandwich. Then wait a little bit, have a protein shake, maybe some more fruit. Then dinner. So sometimes I'll make like Chipotle bowls at home. I'll make like rice, beans, corn, bell peppers, onions, chicken, guacamole, salsa, put it in a bowl, mix it all together, and it's bomb. So yeah, that's like a little fast run through of what I eat a day. But again, I do have videos on my TikTok and my YouTube. Advice on binging, that's what Joanna asked me. I guess I would say, first of all, if you find yourself binging, don't try to make up for that binging by doing extra cardio the next day. I feel like that just leads to like a negative relationship with like food. Just get right back on track with the next meal or the next workout. But I'd say in order to help with it, for me, I like to drink a lot of water, of course. But something that has helped is like drinking coffee, like black coffee or just like coffee with a little bit of sugar-free sweetener. That helps me because it's like another drink that's not water, and it fills me up a little bit more. I've also noticed that protein makes you more fuller. I'd really recommend to make sure you are getting in enough protein, because protein does keep you full longer than carbs or fats do. Also, I'd say maybe like keep yourself occupied, because I've noticed when I'm just like laying down doing nothing, I get bored and I eat, and that leads to binging, but I'm not really hungry. So like try keeping yourself busy, try eating more protein. If you notice that like you just want to eat something, try drinking like a 0-calorie drink, either coffee with a sugar-free sweetener or even like a Coke Zero, because those are 0 calories. So yeah. Laura asked, do I have to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight and tone, or can I just eat clean and well? So this is actually another thing that a lot of people seem to have confusion about. In order to lose weight, you do have to be in a calorie deficit. You can't just eat clean and well. A lot of people have said, I've been eating healthy and I'm not losing weight. Well, the thing is because they're portion control. If you have large portions, you're eating more calories, so that means you're no longer in a calorie deficit. So you could eat healthy, you could eat the most healthiest meals. But if you are eating in a calorie surplus, aka more calories consumed than your body burns a day, you have an excess amount of calories, means that your body has an excess amount of energy. So what is it going to do? It's going to store it as fat. I know that if you are in a calorie surplus, no matter what, you're going to gain weight. Brianna asked me, how long did it take for me to lose weight? If we're talking about actual numbers here, I'd say it probably took me around 6 months. But keep in mind that I was really consistent with the gym and stuff. But I did let myself have some wiggle room because I was in college. Well, I am in college. I went out to restaurants, every weekend almost. I just let myself do a lot of social things still. I wasn't restricting myself. I would get right back on track the next day, but keep in mind that I have been that same weight, 135-ish to 138, for about a year and a half after that to this day. But my body has changed immensely, and that is because my body has went through a huge recomposition. Because I was lifting weights, a lot of my fat got replaced with muscle, but I did stay close to that same weight. So just to let y'all know, the scale is just a number, especially if you're getting into weightlifting. Ella asked me, when did I first get into fitness? I first got into fitness, I kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, my freshman year of college. And like I said, my friends were all getting ready to go to the gym, starting to work out every day. And I was like, you know what, like, let me just do it. I already had made a fitness Instagram, but I kept it private to myself, just to like hold myself accountable. But I realized that because it was private, it didn't help as much. So I decided to make it public, started posting on it, and it did hold me more accountable, but I didn't start really posting until I started going again my freshman year of college. Teeny, she asked me 3 questions. She said, how to work on getting slimmer and toned arms, how to lose inner thigh fat, how can I find my calorie deficit. I'm going to answer the questions, how to lose inner thigh fat and how to work on getting slimmer and toned arms first. Unfortunately, we cannot target or spot reduce fat on our bodies, meaning we can't pick and choose where we lose fat. Some people are lucky and their genetics allow them to lose fat from certain areas that are very stubborn for a lot of us. Some of us just lose fat faster in stubborn areas than others. Though we can't target it, with a calorie deficit with weight training combined, you'll realize that if you're just starting out, if you focus on weightlifting and also eating in a calorie deficit, you'll notice that you will gain muscle and lose fat at the same time, which will give you that toned look. I say tone like this because that just means gaining muscle and losing fat, but a lot of people just call tone. They're like, I don't want to get bulky, but I want to get toned. Well, that just means you're gonna get muscle. I'd say just combine the two, and over time you'll notice you'll have a reduction in body fat. And then you ask, how do you find out your calorie deficit? I kind of mentioned that in the beginning. Go to tdeecalculator.net, put in your information, find your maintenance calories. From there, subtract around 300 to 400 calories. Someone said 75 need to be 48 kg. Help. I guess just take all the advice from my video because you do need to be in a calorie deficit. And also, I really recommend going on walks, getting in your daily steps, and also just keep in mind that you can't spot reduce fat. Audrey asked, how do I lose lots of fat, specifically on my abs? These questions are kind of getting repetitive. I kind of answered this as well. Again, we can't spot reduce fat. Abby asked me, how long did it take you to lose all the belly fat? I kind of answered this earlier. She also asked, what diet do you recommend if you're trying to lose belly fat? Again, I kind of answered this as well. I really prefer the 80-20 approach because I feel like that is just the most sustainable, and you could really do that for the rest of your life. You don't feel restricted, you feel good. I don't like fad diets because as fast as it takes you to get your goal is as fast as it takes you to get right back to step 1. Like, if you could get abs in 3 weeks from something, then you could sure as hell go back to your starting point, if not even worse, in 3 weeks as well. Do something that you can change for the rest of your life. So if you so happen to have a global pandemic and you can't go to the gym for 4 months, it won't make that much of an effect on you if you don't go to the gym for a couple of weeks, because you have been training or you have been living this lifestyle for a long time. Whereas, like, if you just work out for 4 weeks and do a diet for 4 weeks and you lose the weight and you look how you want to look, but then you go back to your old ways again, it didn't take what you were doing before to get the body you got. It took what you were doing during those 4 weeks to get the body you got. So now in 4 weeks, you're just going to go right back to where you were at square one. Obviously, that's not sustainable, which is why a lot of people do yo-yo dieting. This 80-20 approach is a lifestyle change, but it's sustainable and it's all about balance. Someone, I don't know their name, Cedra, how did you get motivation to work out and get fit? So a lot of these questions are very, very repetitive. So let me just go ahead and read them. What was your motivation? How did you get your motivation to work out and get fit? Those two I kind of answered already. So my camera battery died. So we're gonna try to do this, hopefully before it dies. I cannot wait for it to charge for the life of me. The next question was, what was your start weight? So I fluctuated between 165, 160, but sometimes I was a little bit on the heavier side. I think at one point I was like 170, like 168. 169. I know those are gonna ask. I'm about like 5'7", like 5'6" and 3/4, so that's my height. Someone else asked, what exercise did you do while you were losing weight? I think I answered that as well too. How what I did in the beginning is a little bit different than what I do now. In the beginning, I still focused on weight training. However, I did more full body workouts because I feel like when you train 3 to 4 times a week, I feel like it's really efficient to do full body workouts. So you're still hitting every muscle around 3 times a week, and your body also has time to recover, especially if you're new, so you're not super sore every single day. Rachel or Racheli asked, been dieting for 4 months and still can't see abs. I lost so much weight. How can I get abs? A lot of people always say abs are made in the kitchen. You have to make sure you are keeping your portions under control, you're eating in a calorie deficit in order to see abs, because basically all that matters is your body fat percentage, which is true for the most part, because you do have to lose a lot of body fat to see your abs. Everyone does have abs. However, some people might only need to be at 20% body fat percentage to see their abs. Some people may need to be at like 15 or even less. The biggest thing that can make a difference in this is that yes, you do need to lose body fat in order to see abs, but again, training abs is important as well. Instead of thinking abs are made in the kitchen, I like to say abs are made in the gym but revealed in the kitchen. So we all have abs, but you still can make those muscles pop more by doing ab exercises, strengthening your core. But remember, that's still not going to necessarily get you a flat stomach. You're going to get the flat stomach by reducing your calories and being in a calorie deficit. But when you combine the two together, you'll build your ab muscles and they'll be revealed once you lose that body fat. If you feel like you are at an unhealthy weight for your body type, I would really just recommend incorporating more core exercises and more ab exercises. Next person asked, what's the best advice to help stick to a routine? For me, so I feel like when you have a plan set up in your phone, I like to write down in my notes so you don't have to like bring a notebook with you. If you want, you could write it down in a notebook and transfer it to your notes for you to bring to the gym. Writing it down keeps you more accountable. Also, keeping track of your calories on an app, I like to use MyFitnessPal, keeps you accountable as well, and it helps you stick to your routine as well. Also, if you really do struggle like creating your own workout plan, I would really look into like buying a guide. I am planning on coming out with some guides, but I'm just not sure when. Who knows? Maybe I'll change my mind and they'll come out in a few weeks. Camp Kiki asks, can I still eat some junk food if I stay under a certain amount of calories? Of course. And this is exactly what I talked about with my 80-20 approach. So yes, if you still stay in a calorie deficit and you allow yourself to have some junk food here and there, then yes, you can still lose weight. However, I don't like to necessarily use the word junk food because again, creates kind of like a negative relationship with food. But remember, if you are trying to get some muscle, you still want to make sure you're getting a sufficient amount of protein. Kinsley asked me my favorite snacks for losing weight. I really like popcorn. I actually was eating some right now. This 100-calorie popcorn bag. I like pretzels with hummus. I like carrots, rice cakes, almonds, fruit, blueberries, bananas. Those are all really, really good. So that's it for the questions for the Q&A. I hope you guys liked this video and I hope it was helpful. My battery is dying at the moment. It's literally flashing red, so I hope I can film this outro before it ends. If you guys like this video and want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know what other videos you want to see. And as always, don't forget to hit that like button and that subscribe button. Bye, guys!